and friends. So much is going down as always, but it seems like, well, the crypto summit is tomorrow. A crypto what? Yeah, crypto summit. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, yeah, the big meeting with the crypto, and at the same time, we're finding out that Jeffrey Epstein was behind Bitcoin. Whoa! It was a child trafficking coin. I mean, this was a, a, a new type of economic system designed for criminals, just like the old system. It was all about the bad guys making the most of our money. And okay, so I also want to apologize for last night that I pressed the wrong button and everything went crazy again. So I'm so sorry about that. Let me just see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Hey, Ian Bell. Hey, peeps. Yeah. So a lot is going on. I think the admission that Bitcoin was related to Epstein, and it's coming. It has to come. They can't keep it all forever. I saw a thing on Google. They said, well, XRP could go back up to $2. I'm like, are you kidding me? $2, really? This is just, it's a joke that Bitcoin would be at 125 at times, and XRP goes up to, like, a maximum of 350. It's chicanery. It's fraud. It's fraudulent manipulation of the markets. Bitcoin and buy the children, right? What phone? Oh, so anyway, so I'm just feeling like, in terms of the messaging, in terms of the overall situation, so much is coming out about the children, about Epstein now. So much is revealed. People are being faced with a level of reality that's probably completely new to them. It's not new to us, but it's certainly new to them. Brian Best, great organic coffee, makes it in small batches, makes it himself.
It was Skywalker this time.
Skywalker. I just had Skywalker, which is one of my favorites. Hey, is that Colby? Our Kobe, our Kobe, um, Zara Sam. It seems like this is it. This is the big one. This is where the rubber hits the road. I don't know how fast this is going to take place. That's probably the question on everyone's mind, is how long is it going to take? Not just for XRP to go to the moon, but for the chemtrails to stop, for the banking system to go down, for the pharmaceutical people and the medical community to get arrested and tried and executed for this whole treasonous plot against humanity. The chemtrails, the COVID, the vax, chemotherapy, all these things. Everything has to be set to rights. Everything has the election fraud. These people, this is treason. They have to be executed. That's treasonous behavior. To cheat on a national election, or to cheat on election period, to supply drugs to make people sick, to incorporate a fiscal model that includes poisoning the food supply, poisoning the water supply with fluoride, poisoning your toothpaste. When people wake up to this, what will happen? I don't know. I can't predict. I just have no idea. I know how I reacted to it, and I'm still shocked that more people haven't woken up. I talk to people. I say, "Have you heard of Jasara?" They're like, "No." Do you know what's going on? No. not really. Things are really confusing. Things are really bad, but they don't understand. If from my point of view is or our point of view, what's going on? Talk about suicide. Yeah, I'm really getting tired of winter. Where do you live? Truth. You should come to Arizona. It was like 75 today. We were hot. We were actually hot. Everybody's learning how deep the swamp is. I think so. I hope so. I don't know if I have a way with words, but suicide. Where did this? I'm not sure what you guys are exact. I'm kind of out of the loop here, but I don't know if I have a way with words. I certainly have a way. That's for sure. Away with words, huh? Suicide. We are the teachers. Yeah, we are the teachers, and we saw last night. And again, I apologize for last night. I pressed the. It's everything is on one window. If I touch that window, the whole thing goes down. It's really it's a delicate system. I broadcast on a platform called Restream, and I highly recommend any budding podcasters in our family. Restream is terrific because I mean I've had problems with them because it took them a while to incorporate Rumble. They I was good on Rumble, and then they stopped carrying Rumble, so I switched over to Rumble Studios for many months, and now they've accepted Rumble. It's just maddening, this whole corporate structure that says you have to do it this way, you can't do it that way. It's all lies, it's all distortion, it's all incredibly ridiculous. Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, yeah, I might as well say Bitcoin, but Google, YouTube. They still I was qualified to be monetized months ago. They said we take usually about a month to decide whether you're monetized or not. For me, it's been 3 months, and I don't think they'll ever monetize me because they're a bunch of creeps. They'd rather censor the truth and have people find out all at once, and that's what's going on here because they censored the truth. So many people are still living under the illusion that these people are real deal, that vaccines are good for you. Even when RFK Jr. comes out and says these vaccines are killers, and so too things like Tylenol and Tylenol in conjunction with vaccines. Now, I don't know how this is going. Apparently, you can say this on YouTube now. I lost channel after channel. I didn't even say these things. I might have implied it. I might have gone like this. They took me down every time, and they accused me of horrendous things. Kind of like working for the Department of Education. It was just, one thing after another letter in my file. I'm like, what did I do? So hopefully all this is going to be put behind us, and we'll come back into a world of truth, of honesty, of people that are interested in the truth and not interested in just covering things up. And it seems like that to me, like that's what's happening right now. How many people don't know about Rumble? Right? You say Rumble, and somebody looks at you like you're an alien. Exactly right. Yeah, I get that. That's built by Potsy. Built by Potsy. I think my mother's name is Patricia. She used to be called Potsy when she was a little girl. Uh, wh- what is suicide? What any way they can make money, right? But it's more than making money. It's power too. It's just total control. When you look at all the things that you have to get a license for, the best controlled demolition ever. I think so. I think that's really key. That's a great comment, Ali. Polk County here. Nice. 7,000 people commit this. Really? That's horrendous. How many people don't know about, yeah, Rumble and even X? I know most people. I'm like, well, I'm on X, I'm on Rumble, I'm on YouTube. Which one do you do? And they're like, well, I don't do A lot of people just I don't know about any of them. I'm like, where where have you been? It seems it seems pretty obvious to me, but I could be wrong. However, it does seem like we're at some kind of a breaking point. I think with the crypto thing, I think with the Epstein files having come out, I think with this admission that Jeffrey Epstein was very against XRP, and they hired this gangster Gary Gensler and the other guy Jay, whatever his name, Jay somebody, to. I mean, it's just outrageous how they manipulated reality. It's outrageous, and they still the news network still won't back down. The chemtrails. I mean, everybody knows, or most people know, they're trying to kill you. Do you not get this? By the way, I want to I just want to put out a plug for my peeps because I didn't get to yesterday. I'm gonna put it on. Oh, let me just have. Yeah, you could sign up with Daniela. You go to her Instagram; she'll sign you up. She's just learning how to do it, but she's getting better and better at it. The the thing that I wanted to mention about LifeWave is glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant. And if you eat glutathione, it gets destroyed in your gut. If you shoot up glutathione, it doesn't last very long in your body. If you get one of these patches, like one of these patches, your body produces glutathione, which is the master antioxidant. There's a glutathione patch in this cadre of patches. X39 resets and stimulates stem cell production with copper peptides. X49, a sister peptide. We use Daniela and I use 4 to 5 patches a day. We're just we love it. We feel younger. We feel healthy. We're able to work outside. We're able to do amazing things and really lead incredible lives because of the patches. So I highly recommend you get a hold of Daniela and contact her through the Instagram thing, and or you could call her or text her and sign up. Or you could just sign up on her website, www.lifewave.com/Q drummer woman 17. But glutathione, X39, X49, Eon, if you're experiencing any kind of pain, if you're in pain and you're taking Tylenol, you need to have your head examined. I don't care what YouTube says. It's not good for you. President Trump came out and said, "Do not take Tylenol," and especially with vaccines, the combination can be deadly for children. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to put it in because I didn't get to do it last night, but we really appreciate your support with the LifeWave patches, and it's helping us get through this troubled time. I think very shortly XRP is going to go to the moon. It's a no brainer. It can't not go to the moon. I don't see how it's even possible. I haven't been able to understand why it hasn't gone to the moon yet. Potsy from Ohio. Nice. I can't find anything on suicide. I appreciate your podcast, Ellie, and that you cover XRP, QFS, and Arsara Jasara. Well, thank you, VS Zupika. I appreciate your saying that. Amazon signed a 2 year supply contract with to source copper. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, copper's a big deal. I'm saving all the wires in my house, pennies. This is a great time to buy. If you haven't bought XRP, buy some tonight. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, we don't have a lot of extra cash, but like I've been religious about buying every dip for the last 7 years, and I don't really. We don't have a lot, but I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I mean, I can't not buy just even a little bit of XRP right now. It's like $1.60. It's outrageous how cheap it is, and it's going to be huge. It has to be, because we're coming into the world where things make sense. We're coming into the world of the republic. Okay, so you guys got all that, where we have certain inalienable rights. We the people have the power to create, peace and the pursuit of happiness. We will own things again. We will have property. We will be in control of our lives. We won't be manipulated by the slave masters. And yes, we are coming into Jasara. If you want to know where this all ends up, and you haven't looked up Jasara, it's really simple. Debt Jubilee coins, I mean money backed by silver and gold and precious metals, 6,000 patents coming out. Will have free energy. And they said you could power your house with something the size of a shoebox. That's where we're heading. All judges will have to be retrained in constitutional law. The government will be 10% of the size it is now. Those are like the basic things of Jasara. It's just going to be a great world. No taxes except on new items if you buy a new house. So everything is coming into the promised land, the new age, the great awakening. XRP has been manipulated, along with silver, along with gold, along with everything, with stocks. Everything is manipulated by these creeps. But I don't believe they really have the control to do it anymore. I don't know how they're getting away with it. I don't know who's financing, who's paying for the chemtrails. But it's an outrageous affront to humanity that these things go on day after day after day. I keep thinking that they're going to go away. They did go away during the government shutdown, so they are attached to the government. You can't say this is not a government operation. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard that this is so deep. This goes into DARPA. It goes into the CIA. It goes in so deep that if Trump were to really shut them down, they would there could be bigger false flags. BlackRock, yeah. Uphold debit card first 3 months you get through, yeah, and XRP back. I think Daniela has that. XRP has been manipulated. Yeah, what do you prefer for your XRP storage? I don't I listen, I don't believe in the cold storage thing. I think it's just another way to lose your password. I believe if you own something, you own something, but that's just me. When I got ripped off I lost a tremendous amount of XRP. I got ripped off. It had nothing to do with somebody hacking my account. It was because I volunteered information. And by the way, let me just remind you, no podcaster is ever going to reach out to you and say, I have a great deal for you. And, I want to offer you some crypto, except for maybe Phil, but I don't know what Phil's up to these days, but nobody is going to contact you. Coinbase is not going to call you up or send you an email saying that your account has been hacked. That will never happen. So don't give your information to anyone. If somebody gets online, you see somebody on Telegram and it's, this is your mom. I want your, I need to get in, I need to get some XRP for my friend. I mean, do not listen to any of that. uh you're so pro, yeah, you still tow his rope for chemtrails. Listen, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, so what? I mean, I don't like the fact that the chemtrails are going on. I don't, I mean, do I have to agree with everything? Is it I don't. I don't. I can say, I mean, that's the thing. People are like, well, you believe this and you need the fuck you. We are changeable. We are adaptable. We can have different opinions. This is what being human is all about. Probably a troll, crazy savior. Or I mean, are you attacking? You saying that I'm not really an official Trump guy because I'm not happy about the chemtrails. Oh, I mean, give it up, man. I mean, oh, I'm not going to get my Trump merit badge now because no, I'm 100% in the Trump camp, but I don't understand why this goes on all the time. Why this geoengineering goes on? It pisses me off. So it's just that's just the way it is. And I'm allowed. I'm not. Oh, you can't say that. You're this. And I'm that. No, all those boxes, all that square thinking that you're this and therefore you have to believe this, this, and this. I can. I'm like I can pick one from column A and one from column B. I am a free agent, right? That's what sovereignty is all about. Oh well, you're in this camp and you can't say that. That's just ridiculous. Are you familiar with the content of Jim Willie? Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff. It's not it's not bad. Are you from? Yes. Beautiful day in Arizona mountains. Yeah, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous today. Yeah, go get him. Yeah, I mean, this is like, well, you said you're a Republican, but I'm like, there are no boxes anymore. I can believe whatever I want. I can believe this and not and this. It doesn't have to. Oh, it's not in. We. This is just kind of nonsense that goes on. People think like this, but anyway, yeah, it was really beautiful today. XRP has been me up. Okay, so I'm just going to go right to the thought stream because I don't feel like I have a lot to say. This okay, so let's just go through this. Um, Wells Fargo has publicly stated that XRP could hit 100 to 500 in the next 7 months. That's just the beginning. Okay, rumor has it that the auto industry is going to be very upset if Toyota drops a $10,000 truck. The auto industry will be cooked. This is so important. Let me just hear what he says.
So rumor has it that Ford, GM, and Honda are crapping their pants right now. So there's rumors floating around that Toyota is coming out with an FJ Cruiser, like a mini one, to compete with the Ford. You know that little Ford truck? Can't remember the name of it. That little tiny Ford truck looks like a car. Anyways, so there's a new Toyota FJ Cruiser that's coming out.
Okay, I just want to say about this that in my opinion, it's outrageous that we have to pay for all this computerized nonsense in our trucks. I have an older truck. I have a truck from like 2007, I think. Danielle will correct me if I'm wrong, but 2007, 2009. So it doesn't have all that stupid stuff on it. It doesn't have cameras and all this other nonsense. I mean, cameras are good. I don't have a problem with cameras, but the idea of paying $60,000 or $50,000 for a truck is absolutely insane. They can't design just like a truck that just runs real good and hydrogen powered. I don't know, but I think in the future we're going to have things will be reasonable and not outrageous. I had they wanted, I don't even, they wanted big bucks for me to pay for a used Jeep. It had issues too, but this is not normal. This is ripoff. This is when BlackRock was running the show and all their cronies. It's all owned by the same people, and they all own each other. But apparently, according to some sources, Trump and the White House have taken them down and taken all their stuff because it's all about child trafficking, drug running, adrenochrome production. All these people are in it. This is just a monstrously large criminal gang that's been running the world, worshiping Molech and Baal. That's what Jeffrey Epstein said, called himself Baal, or it was associated with Baal. I mean, if you ask an Orthodox Jew, what's Baal? They'll say like, oh yeah, that was some like weird religion back in the past. It's not. It's being practiced as we speak by these Satanists. These are creeps. Apparently, the Grammys are tonight, which I would never watch these things, but it's full of satanic imagery. Stop the chemtrails. I'm very sick. Yeah, we're all getting sick. I mean, that's why I'm saying take glutathione, get the patches, and it has a master antioxidant. And you stand a chance. We have to be aggressive. You can't just sit back and go like, oh yeah, I'm going to eat really healthy food and everything's going to be okay. These people are trying to kill us. You can't eat their food. You can't drink their water. You can't drink their water out of plastic things because the microplastics. You can't use their toothpaste. You can't. Their deodorants are carcinogenic. Everything that these people produce is dangerous. I'm blessed to have a partner who she will not let me she won't let me eat popcorn because she's convinced it's not really a natural plant or something. But I'm just saying, like, drinking water out of a plastic container. You think you think I would get away with that here? I told you a couple of months ago. It was a really hot day, and I went and I think we were out of water or something. It was just like we didn't have water, and I was at the gas station. I bought a plastic. I bought a bottled water. So Daniela let me pay for it, and then she took it and she threw it away. I was like, why did you do that? She's like, I'm not going to let you drink this. This is I'm protected by my partner. This is just, I mean, I fight with her about it. I'm like, what? I can't have bread. I can't do this. I can't do that. But and I usually, there's some things I'm just like, listen, I'm I'm not giving up on potatoes. I'm not eating potatoes. But she basically wins most of the arguments because then I find out what I'm not saying potatoes, but in general, she knows a lot more than I do because she researches these things. And basically, almost everything you eat is not good for you. You have to really go out of your way. You have to really work hard to get something approaching natural food. And probably at the end of it, the only way you're going to get a real piece of organic fruit is if you grow it yourself, which I'm going to be doing. But yeah, Kerry Cassidy had 7 million, was taken down for Michael Jaco, taken down many times. Yeah, what? Who's? Yeah, so chemtrails are there because you were giving. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, Kerry Cassidy had 7 million, was taken down for what? Michael Jaco was taken down many times. Chemtrails are there because you were giving. No, yeah, you're right. Chemtrails are there because I'm giving them energy. But you know what? I don't like it. I think chemtrails are there to wake people up and to poison you. But I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand. I don't accept it. We should just like kumbaya. Okay, man, chemtrails. It's just my imagination. It's just because I'm focusing on it that if I was a little more powerful, I wouldn't be seeing them. I don't always agree with that. I think I believe that things have to be done in this world, and that we have to complain about it, we have to bitch about it, we have to talk about it until it goes away. If you think you're just going to lay back and the chemtrails are just okay, the bad guys, they all went home and everything. I don't believe that. I believe that we need to manifest. That's why I'm always pushing the republic, right? Because we can't just sit here and expect, well, the chemtrails, I'm thinking too much about chemtrails, I'm creating chemtrails. That's just bullshit. You are allowed to fight against evil. If you don't fight against evil and you just lay back and say, kumbaya, man, my mantra isn't correct and I'm not saying it right, and that's why there's still chemtrails. We are here in a physical body to do physical things. In fact, according to Jewish mysticism, the highest level of spiritual attainment is in the physical world. So when you decide, well, the republic, that's all very nice, but I don't know what that really is. It's not. What does it have to do with me? I don't really want to get involved. I don't have time for this. I have 3 jobs and all this. that's where you're supposed to be doing stuff. That's why we have a body, not to be spiritual airy fairy. And I'm like, chemtrails, if I wasn't focused on them, they wouldn't exist. No, God, the creator, wants me to assert myself in this world and not give my power away to somebody who doesn't, who doesn't understand that we're supposed to resonate in the physical world. That's why we're in a body. Being purely spiritual is not, anyway, I may be misinterpreting what you're saying, but to me, if you're not if you're not screaming about the chemtrails, you're fucked up. You're sick. You're sick here. That's not normal. I'm sorry. I'm so I don't know, bringing out a certain thing in me, but it's just, no. Of course you complain about the chemtrails. Of course we have a government, we have corporations, the entire world is run by Satanists. What am I supposed to do? Well, I just won't focus on them, man. I'll just, keep passing me, don't bogart that joint, my friend, man. I just need another hit. I'll be okay. It's all gonna be okay. I don't buy that, man. You got to do stuff. You got to be in this world. Be in it, but not of it. What kind of, fuck that. Be in this world. This is where it counts. Join the Republic. Be a representative. Scream about the chemtrails. Tell your brothers and sisters in the grocery store they're trying to kill you. Have you noticed? That's what a normal person does, in my opinion. Oh, well, I don't want to make waves, man. I mean, I don't know. But I saw a video where people put bowls of white vinegar outside and the sky cleared up. Worth a try. It's great, worth a try. You can do your airy fairy stuff. That's great. But for me, I'm putting out, when I get pissed off enough, I put out a video about the chemtrails over the desert. It's all airy fairy. That's just bullshit. I don't know if you're, anyway. So, I mean, it's not bullshit. Maybe it is true. I don't know. I mean, about certain things, you know how I feel about these things. But if it works for you to put white vinegar in your yard and all the chemtrails go away, God bless you. I guess I should try that. I emailed Trump to stop the chemtrails. Good. See, that's normal. That's what we should be doing. That we don't give our power away. I see them even at night when I'm out with my dog. I do too. I see chemtrails in the middle of the night. I go out in the middle of the night and I see stars. You see all the stars. We have clear view of the heavens up here. And they're chemtrails at night. So what am I supposed to do? Just, hey man, I'm sure they'll go away if I don't think about them. A lot of people don't think about chemtrails. They don't even notice them. They don't even know what they are. I have a neighbor here who was like, Ellie, those are contrails. I'm like, those are not contrails. I know what a contrail looks like. But some people do not want to be rattled that way. And that's why they're still there, in my opinion. Republic contacting Lake Havasu City. Good for you. Good for you. Woke up one morning after rain and smelled pesticides outside. Yeah, I mean, this is not nothing. We're dealing with a criminal organization that wants to kill you. And you're going to be like, hey, man, just change the subject. Don't talk about it. It's not, so they'll go away. I don't know. But the chemtrails is a very serious business. And I don't know why. It doesn't mean that I don't believe in Donald Trump, because I'm, baby, can you give me some more water? I'm really cranky tonight. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's go back to the thought stream, because I think there's some interesting posts here. Okay, so the auto industry, they should produce cars. This picture makes me feel good, because I am, I don't expect my house to look like that. Let's see if I can do this. I don't expect my house to look like this. Oh, let me take off the the Republic thing. I don't, but however, I'm going out of my way to put on a second story in my house, and we're it's just exciting, to live in nature and to be able to see around you and to be able to see from high up. Amazing. So let me just, okay, let's go back to the thought stream. I just wanted to put that on for a minute. Yeah, nothing can stop what's coming. Absolutely, it's all coming to pass. Breaking Ripple and XRP are trending. Epstein hated Ripple and XRP because they posed a threat to criminals. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Israeli Mossad controls Bitcoin, and Epstein was funding the developers. I mean, they always want to blame the Jews, but I mean, in this case, they might be guilty. I don't know. The war is on. Trump versus the child traffickers. The final battle to crush the satanic cabal is racing right now, is raging right now. Patriots, the gloves are off. President Donald J. Trump has declared total war on the vile child traffickers, pedophile networks, and satanic elites who preyed on our innocence for generations. This is no longer hidden. It's open warfare. Military alliance forces, white hats, and divine warriors are storming deep underground military bases, raiding elite estates, collapsing tunnels, and rescuing thousands of trafficked children from underground horrors as we speak. Trump is the chosen commander leading the charge. He knows every name, every island, every ritual site. Epps killed himself. He was silenced because the list exposes them all. Clintons, Obama, Hollywood demons, Vatican puppets, royal bloodlines, and big tech enablers. The deep state's adrenal empire is crumbling. Labs destroyed, supply chains severed, harvesters hunted down like animals. Special ops teams are freeing kids from islands, bunkers, and shipping containers daily. The rescued are testifying, naming names, and fueling the tribunals. This war hits every front. Quantum financial system freezing these stolen trillions. Nasara Jasara payouts arming patriots with real wealth. Indictments unsealing in waves. Gitmo overflowing with high value targets. Flights landing nonstop. No mercy, no deals. The cabal's desperation peaks. False flags, blackouts, stage crisis to distract, but Trump anticipated it all. He baited them, let them expose their evil, then unleashed hell. The greatest crime against humanity ends here. These monsters stole childhoods, harvested innocence for their sick rituals. Now justice is merciless. Expect EBS drops showing rescued footage, victims' testimonies, and proof of the global network. Mass arrests accelerating, public hangings coming for the worst. The child traffickers thought they were untouchable gods. Trump is proving they are prey. Patriots, this is our fight. Stand firm, pray fierce, get QFS verified immediately. The payout surge as their system dies. They, um, they harvest no more. The children are saved. Okay, let me just say, who is this? QFS. Let me just say that I'm sure you guys know this, but this thing of like sign up for the QFS is a scam. This could be a scammer. He's putting out a lot of truth, and then he says, make sure you verify your account. This is bullshit. The quantum financial system does not need for you, like Mark Z is been telling you for years, to have like a an old suitcase ready to go to these places in bad neighborhoods to pick up suitcases full of cash. This is bullshit. We're talking about the quantum financial system. We're talking about when you are on a website. Like I have some websites like my bank account. When I show my face, they identify me. all this nonsense, all the security things, all these passwords and everything else is just to confuse you. But the quantum financial system, now the EBS, I don't even want to go there with the EBS. Let the EBS come, whatever. Whether it comes or not, it doesn't matter to me. But do not fall for these scams. Oh, you're gonna sign up for your QFS and go to a bad neighborhood with a big suitcase. That is just it. Why would we have a quantum financial system? Quantum with quantum computing where you have to go someplace and show up and sign some papers. It's just distraction. It's nonsense. It could be very well a scam. Let me keep going here. All right, so the war is on. I agree with that. Okay, so breaking tomorrow. Trump meets crypto leaders at the White House Crypto Summit. Just a heads up, tomorrow is the big day. Donald Trump is set to host senior policy executives like blockchain assets tied to Ripple, Coinbase, Kraken, and other major crypto trade. Let's see what this groups alongside banking reps in a working level White House meeting aimed at finally moving stalled U.S. crypto legislation forward. Bullish. Epstein, explain how gold and silver relate to XRP and XLM respectively, and why in the near future they will be valuable. As gold and silver are often used as metaphors for XRP and XLM because of how each functions inside the global financial system. Gold, XRP represents institutional settlement and sovereignty. XLM represents circulation and daily use. Okay, so this is why XRP and XLM are often related to. Go back. Yeah, that's what happened last night. I pressed the wrong button and everything went crazy. I'm sorry to get upset about these things, but chemtrails are a real deal problem. You can't. I say that you are the one, you manifest your reality. I believe that's true, but I also believe that you have to take responsibility. You are a sovereign individual, and the way you control your reality is to do stuff, not to sit and sprinkle white vinegar around your house. I mean, if that works, I'll try it. Maybe that is work, but so far, man, I'll we have chemtrails day and night over here, every single day, and it is sickening to me. And
Not every day.
it is pretty much every day. No, they do it in the
Because
distance sometimes.
it's all sunny every day. So
It's not the sunny. You could see it in the distance. You could see them doing it. They don't stop. It's outrageous. I'm sorry. Okay, wait. Let me go to. I guess I jumped out of my thing here. Conspiracy theorists watching the public find out satanic pedophiles are real. Let's go back to the regular. The frequency towers are not better call reception, right? We know that. Binance has just started liquidating millions worth of crypto. They are nonstop dumping Bitcoin and Ethereum every few minutes. On-chain data never lies. These assets were never meant to succeed. Boom, US debt clock declares war on central banking slavery. Reclaiming the money power, Abraham Lincoln's final warning comes alive. US debt clock visuals invoked Abraham Lincoln's forgotten economic warning. The true enemy is the money master. Fiat is collapsing, gold is rising, and monetary revolution is awakening. The time to break the chains of debt slavery is now. Breaking. Democrats enter a state of panic after the latest Epstein files cleared Trump of any wrongdoing. And conservative media still refuses to do their jobs on Rachel Chandler. Okay, I'm not totally sure. Don Lemon gets standing ovation at Clive Davis Grammy party after arrest. Well, that's just hunky dory. There is no off ramp. The left will celebrate the death or imprisonment of the right and condemn the death or imprisonment of their own side. The left cannot coexist in this country with us. They have to be eliminated completely. Okay, whatever. All right. So let me go back to my feed. Wells Fargo Bank speculation shows XRP could take off. Yeah. Well, we know that. Crypto Summit, XRP, a sobering reminder from Entheos that many victims of Jeffrey Epstein and other elite pedophiles did not survive. The hour has come. This is from President Trump. The hour has come. The veil will be torn apart. Secrets kept for centuries will spill into the open. There is nowhere to hide. The ones who ruled from the dark will be dragged into the light. Chemtrail awareness calendar. Okay, February. Tell me war. How is this not an attack on the population of the world by our own governments? All right. I'm going to play this because I think this is kind of cute. Let me just play this. Just a quick update from the homesteaders out in the Mojave Desert. Here are fruit trees. We're getting ready to plant all the fruit trees. We're working on the garden. We got one big beam in place and we've got a second one coming. This time we didn't tie it up with all those ropes. We just used our scaffold to balance, and I think it'll be a lot easier to put it into place now. So we're moving along, and just show you a couple things that we've been working on. We have the well house, this little house covering the well. We're working on that. I have some new lumber, so hopefully I'll be able to finish that off. We got a bunch of rough cut lumber from a sawmill in Williams. We have new friends out in Williams, a town near the Grand Canyon, plus our other lumber. So we're working away here. And besides working on the house, getting the beams into place for a second story and a roof, we buried a lot of the water line coming from the well house going to the storage tank over here. We haven't really hooked up the storage tank yet, but that's the plan. We're still using our old container here, and we have a garden hose that feeds the water into the RV right now. But we're hoping to get our well hooked up to this big tank, to the 1,000-gallon tank. In the meantime, we're building the greenhouse structure for the trees, for the 6 fruit trees. So we're putting our posts in line. There's our clothesline. But today we took some of our rough cut lumber that we got from Williams and put it on the side of the garden to protect the trees from the southern exposure, which can get very intense, especially in the summer. So we've been building, we've been working on this structure, and garden's really coming along. We put some sawdust and things, and anyway, have a great day. Yeah, I'm only allowed 2 minutes and 20 seconds for a video to post on X. But I just wanted to just show you that we're working away on the house, and the thing that it took us all week to put in one beam, now we can put it in. We just basically put it in, and it's almost in, but it just takes, it's easy peasy. I mean, we're getting better and better at what we're doing. We have new lumber from the sawmill, and the garden came out. I've been working on that garden for since we got here. I put an underground um, water supply from the RV. So when you take a shower, the water goes underneath the garden and spreads out. It's all kind of like underground. There's there's ways that I've set it up so that the water goes back and it should circulate underground under the trees. So that's very exciting. But it came out much better than I thought. And here's another shout out to spontaneity and not making plans. It was a little kind of like a little ravine because there was so much what do you call it, uh, rock, so much rock there, so much bedrock. There was so much bedrock in the garden thing, and yet by building a narrow trench, and then kind of widening it at the end, it's just turned into a really great space. It's about 10 by 30 now, and I'm sure I'm gonna plant my fruit trees in there and the garden around the trees. I'm thinking even of enclosing it with some glass, at least on the southern exposure. But it's interesting. It smelled like weed killer. Yeah, I'm not surprised. A lot of progress. Is the trailer staying? No, the trailer will be liberated once we get to a certain point. But the wind can rage up here, so I like to be inside the Earth ship right now. But I have the front of the Earth ship has not been finished at all. I haven't framed it. It's just a couple of sheets of plywood. So at some point, I'll just take the plywood off, pull out the post, and drive the RV away. But I first want to finish the back of the house before I do that. Proud to die. I'd be proud to die beside him. Thank you, man. Hope it doesn't come to that, but little fight of left of me, but still, yeah. No, we got to fight, man. We're not giving up. Clive and Lamone, nice couple, looking great. Thank you. I no too clarity to notice if we had them. Yeah, I know, man. I mean, it's chemtrails. I can't wait for the quantum system to come out. Yeah, it's all good. Now, I just want to just recount us, and I was contacted by the Republic. I mean, I contacted them first. Actually, Gila introduced me to Nancy. So I reached out to the Republic and I said, "Listen, man, whatever I can do to help you, let's get the Republic. Let's do it again." Again, this is my emphasis. We have to do something. We can't just sit here and watch what's going down and wait to be saved. We must be part of the Republic. The Republic cannot exist if people don't take part. So when I contacted the Republic, they were talking to me like, could we do a broadcast together? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So it's my personal belief that when you want to do something, you do it. You don't talk about it, you don't think about it, you just do it. Just like I was up this morning and I spent like 4 or 5 hours with a pickaxe digging that trench across the driveway. It didn't just happen by itself. You see it later. But I spent hours with a pickaxe breaking through bedrock to make a trench for my water line from the water from the well house to the tank. Is so too. So with the veterans, I said, they wanted to meet about it and talk about it. I said, let's just get online. That's my philosophy. Just do it and do it and do it. Just like with Dr. Stacy. Why am I representing Lifeway? Besides the fact that I love the product. I think it's an amazing product and it's done amazing things for me. Dr. Stacy is on every Tuesday for years. I was with other network marketers. They were like, I can't really do it this afternoon. I'm like, we have it scheduled for every Tuesday from now until eternity. That's what I do. That's what people should, if you're not an alcoholic, or if you are an alcoholic and you're still drinking, you won't be able to attain this level of constant doing. I cannot sit still. I get up in the morning, I work all day, I work hard, I bust balls all day long. I with a pickaxe, with schlepping these enormous planks around and digging, and Daniela with me. But so when it comes to broadcasting, it's the same with me. I just do it and I do it and I do it. Whether I'm taken down, I mean, I know this person was saying a nice thing, like Carrie had millions of viewers and she was taken down. Is that any worse than me with 60,000 getting taken down and not being able to make a living? I mean, I don't know. Does that make it more? Is Michael Jacobs' woes more worse than mine because he has a bigger audience? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how these things are calculated. But in my mind, so I have a program now for veterans. If you are a veteran or you're sympathetic to the veteran cause, if you are interested in the Republic, if you're interested in being part of the Republic, which is, in my opinion, critical to the future of this planet, certainly of this country, I have a program now on Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. I am on the same channel with members of the Republic, ex military or military veterans. And, I made it clear to them, like last week, we didn't have a show. But my philosophy is you make a time slot and you keep it forever. You make a commitment and you keep it forever. I would not be broadcasting. I should have quit years ago. But I am relentless about this. And I believe that anybody who has a sense of purpose, anybody who's read Viktor Frankl's A Man's Search for Meaning, knows that the cure to all depression, the cure to all mental illness, the cure to a bad life. In other words, the secret to a beautiful life is to have a sense of purpose and to be productive and to do stuff all the time. That's just for me. Not everybody is like me. I know that. Thank God. But I am just committed. I'm committed. If I have time, I don't I don't I don't have time during the day where I just, okay, man, I got to relax now. I don't do that. I don't relax ever. I'm either working outside or I'm working in here or I'm cooking or I'm doing research. That's it. Man's search for meaning. You don't need Freud. You don't need to blame your parents. All you need to know is what you're about. And once you figure it out, just do it. Don't think about it. Don't, you know, theorize about how am I going to manifest this. Just do it. Just manifest it. That is proven to me time and time again. I've been here. I've been telling the story of all this building. I'm building a house out here. Yes, I will pull the RV out at some point. We're not quite there, but I believe that I live in a divine state of purpose and that everything has purpose and I don't have to worry about what to do next. It's all given to me. I don't have to think it. I don't have to rethink it. I don't have to worry that I made a wrong decision. If a woman comes into my life, it's going to be the woman that I need to be with forever. Daniela just came into my life. I didn't go, well, is she the right type of woman? It's like, no, that's what the divine presented with me. And it works just fine. I was looking for a house in Arizona, too expensive. And I didn't want to live in those houses. And then this thing came online. A big piece of property for a very cheap price. I didn't know. I didn't care. I don't care now that it was in the desert, that it's up in the mountains, that it's 8 miles from the highway. I don't care. It was presented to me, and in my way of looking at the world, if something comes to me, it's not a mistake. I don't know from mistakes. I do what is next, the next step. I don't have to worry about where's this really going? Is it going to be an okay house? I'm having this ongoing discussion with other builders about vapor barriers. I don't want a vapor barrier. Everybody says you got to have a vapor barrier. I don't want a vapor barrier. I want a house that breathes, right? Like in the old days, These old houses built in the 1700s that are still up there, did they have vapor barriers? No. Do we have to question everything about, if they tell you you need a vapor barrier, if they tell you you need this Velcro thing around your house, it's probably to poison you. Everything else is, why wouldn't that be poisonous? So everything must be questioned, and everything must be it's a different mindset. That's what we're coming to. It's not like, well, it's going to be like this, and and I can't, but I can't quite understand it. It's like, you don't have to understand it. If you think you understand something, you think you really get it, you're clueless. That's the first sign of a totally clueless person. They got it. They figured it all out. They know exactly what's going on. Really? You really think you know what's going on? I don't know. In like mystic circles, they're like, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know anything, and yet you know everything at the same time. So I don't know. I'm just in a mood tonight, I guess. But I think Florida banned chemtrails. Yeah, they did ban chemtrails, and so did Tennessee, and it still goes on. Nothing stopped. Nothing changed. So how is this going down? Thank you, Sandra. I don't know if it's truth. It's my truth. I mean, you need to find your truth, but in my opinion, don't think about anything. Don't second guess yourself. Don't wonder, well, am I doing the right thing? Screw that. That's what the creepazoids want you to do. They want you to, well, I'm really not good enough. I should be ashamed of myself. I once had a dirty thought back in 5th grade, and I'm still, I'm still, wearing burlap underwear to punish myself for having an erotic thought when I was, I mean, stop. Just live. Just live. Don't think about it. Live with your heart. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to plan. You don't have to go to an architect. All you have to do is just be there. Be in the moment. When I went out this morning, I didn't think to myself, I'm going to spend 4 hours with a pickaxe. I didn't think that, but I did. That's what I did. It was like, there's the pickaxe. There's a water pipe that's going across the driveway. I can't drive in and out without moving it. I need to take care of it. And so I did. I didn't think about it. I didn't plan it. I just got my pickaxe and I started chipping away at the bedrock until I made a groove across the driveway. And then I put and then I thought to myself, Ellie, you're going to let that pipe sit on top of the ground with the trench right next to it for the next 3 weeks. Just put the fucking pipe in the trench and cover it up now. Then you won't have to worry about it. Next week because this is my habit. I'll dig a trench and then I'll be waiting until there is a part. You listen. I go through this stuff too. There'll be a part of me that'll say, is it really deep enough? Is it really going to be okay? No, it's okay. I dug it this morning. I want to I don't want to see that pipe on the ground anymore. I don't want the pipe exposed to sunlight. I want it below ground. I want to be able to drive my truck up and down my gigantic mountainous driveway without having to worry about going over the pipe. Just do it. Just do whatever you have to do. Don't think about it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't wonder, is this really the right thing to do? If you're thinking like that, you'll never get anything done. You'll still be like thinking there, I don't know. This is just my opinion. I mean, Viktor Frankl just cut through all the fancy therapy that doesn't work at all. Therapy does not work. Either does modern medicine. It's a criminal organization. But Viktor Frankl said the people who survived the Holocaust, and this is a kind of a Holocaust. We just got through a vaccine Holocaust. And now it's for the children This is a Holocaust. They're killing they're destroying the lives of 8 million children a year. That's not a Holocaust. We're in the middle of a desperate situation. And we need to be able to maintain our our composure. And the way, in my opinion, to do that is just do the next thing. I'm working out there. I'm working on the garden. Daniela comes out and says, "Let's eat," because we don't eat in the morning, and that's another great thing. I mean, I get the best work done before I eat. We don't eat until like 12 o'clock. We'll have some fruit salad at 12 o'clock, and then we'll work for another couple hours, and then we'll have some meat and vegetables, and then we'll go back to work some more, or not, or do research, whatever it is. Or during the week, I'll be doing broadcasts. I'll be doing every Thursday from now until the Republic is well established. I will be meeting with my brothers and sisters of the Republic at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will be meeting, as far as I know, with Dave Schmitz, talking about Kingman, talking about the Republic, talking about his business. He has an amazing business. He has Keto Carnivore in Kingman. It's the only place you can eat healthy food in Kingman, Arizona. But a lot of more developed cities don't have a keto carnivore place. So I think Dave's an amazing guy, and he's working on we're working on developing Mojave County Republic, the Republic in Mojave County. We will be liberating if we are able to do it. Which we are going to do it one way or another. But that's what I'm saying. Just do it. Don't think about it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't say, "Well, my friend Mary, she doesn't do it, and she do it." Just do it and do it and do it. And don't worry about whether or not you're successful. Maybe someday my channel will be successful, maybe not. Either way, I don't care. This is what I do. If who is it? Who is this? Carrie had 50 million people, whatever it was. I don't know. Is she on some high level that she really understands the? I don't know. I don't know. It was her channel critical to the nature of reality? Probably. She probably had a lot of good things to say, that, or else I wouldn't have taken her down. But I don't know. Viktor Frankl. I mean, I have this friend of mine who's a therapist in Crown Heights, and we used to talk for hours and hours about Viktor Frankl. And that's his big thing. That's my friend's. He's a therapist, and he's introduced people to the idea that you don't need to blame your parents. You don't need to figure out this or that. You just need to have a good sense of purpose. You need to know what you're about, and then just do it, and do it, and do it, and don't worry about whether or not you're successful. Who cares? It doesn't matter to me. I do what I do. So anyway, nobody ate paint chips, right? It's just an excuse, right? Because they can see through your buildings if you don't have a lead shield. Thanks to Garden Street. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm ranting tonight. It's just, I don't know what got into me, but I think it's really because I don't really have that much to say tonight. I haven't really been ruminating so much. It seems to me that we're in a time period where there's really not much to say, because it's really happening now. I mean, for the last 9 years, we've been getting ourselves through this by saying, let's just hold on. It's coming next month. The EBS is, I mean, we've been rubbing our backs in the freezer to keep ourselves alive in the freezing cold for years. But now, seems to me, things are happening. Super Bowl's next week, and they got these weird colors like the EBS. I don't know what's going to happen. It's not an event. The awakening is not going to be an event, in my opinion. It's going to be you finally realizing, like, hey, I'm not so bad after all. I count. I matter. Even though I have weird hair, I'm still okay. It doesn't matter. I don't really I just, whatever. Okay. So yeah, I worked in tobacco from 12 to 52. I know too much. I know too much is bad, but it has some benefits like memory. Yeah, we were told that tobacco was the worst thing ever. But I have this friend who survived the Holocaust, the vaccine Holocaust, because he smokes tobacco. So it's a lot of it's the additives I think they put into these things. Excuse me. All right, let me just look at one more little thing. Let's look at the let's just look see what's coming out right at this moment. Bitcoin. There's no way any big money corporation will hold Bitcoin. Now the truth is coming out about its origins. We will need a solid concept of blockchain. Guess who they'll pick who's been building bank and financial institutions for years, right? Look at the picture, the goldfish jumping into the XRP bowl. America is poised to become the world's crypto hub. Global reserve dollar. Um, the time has arrived. Final alert. I don't know. I you know. Oh no, what happened? This is I for a while I had to block Paul. I think he's a great guy, but he's always saying it's happening today. Green light. There's a purpose to that kind of thing, but it can be annoying after a while. Truly insane levels of fraud. 18% of home healthcare billing nationwide is coming from one county in California. Totally. 30 members of Congress are retiring outright from public office as of January 2026. All right. Because of the Epstein thing. Quantum financial system, the Great Reset. We are all being subject to the constant and unlawful geoengineering of our skies. It never stops day and night. That's my experience. Farmer till I die or get disappeared. Where will all the extra food we grow go? Into the communities around us, feeding local economies and the like. Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice for their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the gig is up. It's all of them, right? Remember. All right. So hunt them down like animals. They are the pets. In creative Bitcoin theories are floating around, but I can't help think of this clip from Dan Penna. Yeah, that was a great clip. Hunters become prey. All right, so that's it. Ripple, right? Ripple may be partnering up with Amazon. You have no idea what it means for XRPL and XRP. Anyway, I managed to get through the night without pressing the wrong button. I'm sorry about last night. It's great to see everybody. Thank you for supporting us with the LifeWave patches. There is some way you can donate on Rumble, I think, and you could always, if you really want to donate, you could always donate to Daniela. I think Daniela's put out her PayPal address if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. We get by. We're in the flow. I don't. I'm not worried. I tried to get my mom on nicotine patches when she developed dementia. She refused. Yeah, it's hard to get people. Thank you, Wade. I hope I wasn't too cranky and too outrageous, but I just thanks. It's just we all have it. You just have to. I mean, listen. I didn't get this way. I wasn't born this way. I just went through so many different things, and now I work. I like to work. I do. Danielle and I we do relax together. I mean, my idea of relaxing is to be with Danielle. We will watch a video together or something, and we're just. I'm blessed. I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to have a sense of purpose because I don't spend any time thinking like, gee, I just don't, I'm not feeling good today. I don't get that stuff. I mean, I do. I get like flashes of moments like maybe if I was more conscious or less conscious, I would be having a bad day. But it's like I live in paradise in a way. I mean, I be and paradise is not kicking back and looking at the clouds. You know, I wish there were clouds to look at, but it means that I work hard and I enjoy it. I enjoy every minute of even working with the pickaxe. I don't sit with the pickaxe going, "Damn, you know, I why do I have to do the pickaxe?" It's like no, it's like this is fun. I enjoy it. I like working with the pickaxe. I like getting the exercise. Anyway, it's a beautiful world. Thank you. We're all blessed. Me and my wife. Yeah, we're all blessed. Whoever you're with, it is a blessing. Even if it's a difficult situation, it's an even bigger blessing in a way. 76 tomorrow, and the older I get, the less I know. God, yeah, right. It's like I'm going to wake up one day and say, I'm an ascended master now. I know everything. I'm like, forget it. That's not in my future. I wouldn't want that. I don't want that. I want to enjoy living in a physical reality and working my ass off. That garden, man. I mean, I think about building all the time. It's better than thinking about when am I going to have a drink or when am I going to whatever you know what I'm thinking about. But here because Kabbalah Guru spelling he's spot on. Well, thanks. I hope, Grandpa. I hope And again, I could be wrong, and I don't. I don't. I. It doesn't matter. It's just find what you love to do and do it, period. I love to work with my hands. I love to garden. I am shocked at how beautiful the garden came out. Shocked because the bedrock was it was like this little narrow passage when I was digging, when I was doing my pickaxe work on the garden. The garden is like 32 feet by 11 feet wide. I built this little narrow passageway and it turned in, and I didn't plan any of it. I didn't say, then I'm going to go to this phase and then this phase. I just said, the first thing I need to do is stick a pipe down here for all the gray water. And that's it. And put holes in the pipe so plants could. And then I was like, okay, so let's cover up the pipe. I finally got myself to cover up the pipe. It wasn't easy. Actually, I had help. And then I started filling this trench with whatever debris I could find. And then I started putting in, I would get stuff from Home Depot and put more and more mulch, take the mulch from my kitchen. And then there were two big piles on the side. And so started building around it. I didn't have any plan, but it came out way greater than anything I could have planned. And then we started pushing in the dirt. And I said to myself, you know what? This is really good dirt. This is high quality dirt. I'm used to working with like when I lived in Tennessee, we tried to have a garden. The soil was so bad, nothing would grow in it, and the sun was excruciating. It would burn everything. But here I'm dealing with shade, and I've been watching. I observe everything. I see the way the seasons go and the way the sun falls and how the southwesterly sun is too strong for the plants in the summer, and you have to cover the plants. I've just been watching and waiting. And same with the house. I see that the northern side, the northern face, doesn't get it has no problems except for northerly winds. Observe your world and just be in tune with your world, and then you'll know what to do. It will you won't have a choice. It'll just be like, hey man, we got this bad wind. I got to put something around the RV to keep the wind off. And then we did that, and then I said, now I really want some windows, and I didn't know what to do because windows are expensive. And then I found out that people who have sliding glass doors, when they break, they got this big piece of glass, and they're willing to sell it for $25 to $50. I may end up putting a couple. Every time somebody whenever I go to a place where they're selling sliding glass doors that don't work anymore, I'm like, I'll buy it, and I've got a bunch of them outside ready to go. I don't know. I could use them. I still have a lot. I still need a lot of windows. I need a lot of glass, but I may even put glass in my garden just to keep the wind off of the southern side. I don't know. It's exciting. Life is so exciting. I never have a moment where I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do now? I'm really bored. It's like there's always something to do up here. I don't know. If you're a nervous dude like I am, working with your hands is pleasant. It's fun. Creating something out of nothing, or using whatever materials come your way to build something. I don't I don't plan because I don't know what I can afford material wise, and then I just got a trailer full of rough cut lumber that's thick, that I can do amazing things with this stuff. But I didn't know where to get it, and all of a sudden, a young couple takes over this lumber yard, the sawmill in Williams. That I couldn't get the guy to answer. I kept called him, and he wouldn't answer my phone. I'm like, I don't know how to get this rough cut lumber. And then all of a sudden, this young couple appears, and they're like, hey, yeah, they return my call, and they're like, come on down. And they're saying, you could have this, we'll deliver to you, we'll make a deal. I mean, these are my friends now. I created this. We created this together. They need customers. They need money. I want to give them money so they can give me more lumber. It's a win-win for all of us. You want to encourage. I want Dave to be tremendously successful, so I'll always be able to get keto carnivore and Kingman. His desserts, by the way, are amazing, amazing, and no sugar and no stevia. God, I hate stevia. All right. Anyway, all right. So I'm going on and on. Our grandfathers would do it this way. Yeah, ingenuity. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like the first time I put in that beam, I had to do all these pulleys. Now I'm just like, wow, I figured out that the abandoned property down the way had a bunch of scaffold. So I got the scaffold, and now Danielle and I took this same piece of lumber that took us a week to put in place, and we just said, okay, we'll just put it on the scaffold and tip it up. We're like, okay, the two of us can do this. Amazing. And then before you know it, I'll have a second floor up there. That's going to just feel so good. But it's ingenuity is so exciting to be able to create stuff and not feel, well, that's not the way you do it in here. We don't, I mean, I had a guy at Home Depot tell me, we don't use lag bolts because they rot out. I'm like, really? Something's going to rot in the desert without water? I mean, I could dry rot, but I'm not worried about rot in I mean, that's why a vapor barrier. What vapor is up here? I don't want a vapor barrier. Well, you have to, it's code, Ellie. I mean, I'm like, fuck code. I don't do code. I do if it's a mistake, I'll find out soon enough. It'll be like, okay, the wall rotted out. So I guess I did it wrong. But I want to find it out my way. I don't rely on the building codes, because it's the building codes, the building codes, the eating codes, the chemtrail codes, the vaccine. I lost my job because I wouldn't get the death facts. And now they're talking about, New York City, they're I mean, show me the money. You guys screwed with my life, and I want to get paid back. I don't want to. I don't want to hear about, what the legal ramifications, this whole satanic legal system. Anyway, it's all good. We're coming into the promised land. Let's do the Matrix tune together.
Living in the city, I was paying down my bills. One flat tire and the whole thing went to hell. Credit cards for groceries, I'm deep in debt again. It's time to split this scene, walk with you, my friend. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the Matrix, we're heading for the promised land. Stopped paying taxes, your insurance I don't need. The medicines are killing us, hospitals grow like weeds. Move into paradise, I don't need no gassy cars. Fake news, endless wars, a satanic legal bar. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. My friends all tell me I lost control. Left my wife and job just to run down rabbit holes. But I can tell you one thing about my fall. Where we go one, we go all. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. Leaving the Matrix, we're heading for the promised land.
Yeah, leaving the Matrix. Hey, Ruda, everybody, thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for putting up with me. I hope it wasn't too crazy, but we don't know anything, but except what we know, and what I know is I got to dig a ditch today, man. I mean, I gotta get the water pipe in the ground. I'm dealing with like regular things that most people would be like, oh man, he's digging ditches. I'm like, I love digging ditches. I love gardening. I this you know I'm in it doesn't get any better than this for me personally. Maybe if I had a river, that would be. But I'm happy creating my own river. I got water. I got my own well. It's delicious. Anybody could do what I'm doing. It's just if it's for you, you'll do it. If not, you'll do something else that's for you. But having a sense of purpose, that's what it's all about. Viktor Frankl, man. That's how you survive the Holocaust. But I think that things are moving fast. The things that are being exposed. People are being exposed to the things that you and I have known about for years. Finally, they're going to wake up. They're like, whoa, they did what? They do what with kids? I'm like, yeah, we knew about that we've been telling you that, and you didn't want to listen. Nothing wrong with hard work. Yeah, like what did the ancestors do? It feels good. I love it. I love at the end of the day. I loved at the end of the day that there was a point when I was whooped. I was just like, I think I've had enough. Actually, I wasn't whooped, but you get kind of like punch drunk from working so much. And then I was like, yeah, well, let's finish this wall on the garden. And then I looked at this 30-foot wall on my garden, and Daniela is leveling out the dirt inside, and the dirt is rich, and I've got all this mulch into it, and it's going to be amazing. Plus, I got the water line underneath. I'm thinking that in a couple of years, just with a couple of fruit trees that I have, that I'll probably have more than I need, and I'll run down. They at the farm store in Kingman. A grapefruit costs $5 for an organic grapefruit. Who knows what will happen from my little fruit trees? And I'm just beginning. This is just I'm getting the technology down, but I got tons of land. I just got to figure out a convenient way to grow things. And I think the way to do it is to have everything needs water out in the desert. That's what my friend Doug, the tree man, he says. He says just water them. You can't overwater a tree in the desert. In Brooklyn you could, but I was penned up in Brooklyn. I was trying to grow all these fruit trees in Brooklyn, and it just wasn't the right place or the right time. So now it is. I didn't know I was coming up here to grow fruit trees, and I may end up doing something else. But I'm open to wherever it is. It'll be clear to me, and it'll be clear to you whatever you're supposed to be doing. But you I don't know why. The Matrix is dissolving before our eyes. So anyway, may the force be with you. May you realize you are the force. Nothing can stop what's coming. It's all happening. Enjoy the transition, enjoy the transformation, but most of all, enjoy yourself, and be with yourself, and support yourself. Let the demon of doubt, send him out on an errand. Tell him, demon man, I really need some bananas. Just go to the store and leave me alone. Whatever. Right? So may the force be with you. May source be with you. May we be like our ancestors, and build and and live and eat good food, and just enjoy the fact that the chemtrails will soon be gone. So let's get out there with a big smile on our face and rock the world.